much. What are your thoughts on Devontae going down?
I really feel for Devontae because the guy's just been a warrior and worked extremely hard, and so you really feel for him. And these are hard, and never easy, and it's something that he'll bounce back from, but it's tough right now, and that it's for the rest of the guys, it's going to be the next man up. And, a lot of guys are going to have opportunities to earn some more reps, and it'll probably be a collective effort there.
So nobody could replace, but it seems like you guys have started to develop a little bit of depth at the inside back.
Yeah, there's obviously we try and play role guys, and that was one of the things, especially defensively. I think we played 28 players in the game on defense, and it's important for us for a lot of reasons. And yeah, it'll be more of the same. And a couple other guys will get more opportunities at that position, but it's something we need for us to be successful. We got to be able to play a lot of people.
What did you see out of Kanashik? What have you seen out of him the last 3 games? He's come on like a house of fire.
He's doing a nice job. He's a real physical guy. He's a good tackler. There's a couple plays I'm sure he'd like to have back, but he's a physical guy. Made a bunch of plays. I think he finished with 11 tackles. Obviously some negative plays, and the interception was a really nice play. So it's great to have him back. And each week, he's been playing. It's just you see the growth from week to week, which is encouraging.
Obviously, going and playing Arizona, or having Arizona come play here. You got Charlie Regal from down there. How did you said you was on your list? How did you two kind of cross paths?
Oh, I've known Charlie since I think the year 2000.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I've known him a long time.
How'd you guys meet?
He was a high school coach in Arizona, and I had just finished playing, and they came up to a camp, and I was working at the camp at Oregon in summer after I got done playing, and that's where I first met Charlie. And then just in recruiting, when he was a high school coach in Arizona, I got to know him really well, and just always, I thought he did a great job, and then really liked his energy. He's a great guy, so known him a long time.
What's he brought to the to the tight ends, especially that's a position you guys didn't have when you came back here?
Well, his energy, and it's contagious. You see it at that position. You see it in special teams. He's passionate about the game. He's passionate about the team, and he's a tireless worker. So just another great asset for us.
Yeah, the tight end's got a lot more work than last week. What can you say of Gavin and Kyle's development?
Yeah, they're just, again, the more and more they play, the more comfortable they get. You kind of see the strides they're making each week. Gavin, especially in the pass game, and he's continuing to get better as a blocker at the point of attack, and then Wells doing kind of the dirty work in there in the C gap, and it was nice to see him get the touchdown there at the end of the half. It was a huge play, and he's worked extremely hard. He's put in a lot of time and effort, so it's great to see him be rewarded.
You said that when you were going to go back and watch the tape, you said you're sure there were going to be plays that you wanted back, despite how good the win looked on the surface of it. What did you find to kind of fix?
Well, offensively, I think the good things that showed up is we protected the ball. I think we played with better rhythm and tempo during the game. In the second half, being able to run the ball to finish the game, that was very encouraging. I think we still left quite a few plays out there, run game, pass game. We had some plays that we felt like we could have made that we didn't. I think on defense, obviously the takeaways were huge, and the negative plays and the sacks were big. I mean, it was a difference in the game. We had a few too many kind of first contact tackles that we missed. We did a great job of running to the ball, though, which was, we were able to make up for some of those things. But I think there was just some of the things in coverage that we weren't as clean on that we would have liked to have been. It just, it didn't get exposed because we were able to get some pressure on the quarterback. But there's plenty to clean up that way. And in special teams, I thought it was nice that Matt really was, in rhythm and did a nice job. It was 3 for 3. We had a really good punt return. And I think the biggest thing that you noticed in special teams and offensively just during the game, I think their average starting field position was like the minus 23-yard line, and that is huge in the game. They had 14 possessions, and when you're averaging them backed up at the minus 23, you got a lot better chance to stop them. And so that's offense and special teams putting them back there. So that was big, a big part of the game as well.
Arizona, they the last 2 weeks have, I won't say discovered Khalil Tate, 'cause they always knew they had him, but he's now sort of come on real strong. How much have you gotten into the tape and gotten to watch him?
Watched a lot of tape. Really good runner. I mean, they got a lot of weapons. The tailbacks are good. Their O-line's very physical. They've kind of expanded some of the run game, and he's a dynamic guy. So when you play against a guy like him, you got to count him as a running back, and they obviously have the pass game off of it, and so they do a really good job there.
You mentioned Wells' touchdown. You guys have gone for it on fourth down a lot this year. Players usually respond to that. Have you seen them kind of like that? You trust them in those situations?
Yeah, all those are, they're educated. It's not, flippant, just go for it every fourth down. But I think on that one, it was 4th and 1. We were getting the ball to start the second half. We had felt like we played pretty good on defense, and we thought that it could be a huge, momentum changer in the game. And really, again, wasn't a lot of thought put into it. It was, we got to be able to get a yard, and they did. The guys were excited about that. So yeah, I think it's every situation's unique to itself, and then you make the decision based on what's best for the team at that time.
They also mentioned after the game, Vic running one of his best games.
No doubt.
What did you think when you got to see it on tape?
Yeah, that was the best game by far to me for Vic, and the way he ran behind his pads and pushed the pile, and got yards after contact, the touchdown right here. I mean, the first guy hit him about the 3.5-yard line, and he scored. And then, especially in the second half, you noticed some runs where, there's people on him, but then it was 3-4, yards after where he was on the ground. And so those things, I think in the second half, like I said before, the ability to run the ball and what that allows you to do in terms of limiting their possessions, because I think we ended up with the ball for over 17 minutes in the second half because we were able to run it and stay in rhythm and stay in front of the chains. And he and the O-line and the fullbacks and tight ends and the receivers on the perimeter. I think the run game in general was a big part of that.
Do all those guys feed off a back when he's fighting for those extra yards? Do the rest of the guys that are blocking and setting things up feed off that?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I think when you see the guy battling like that and pushing, I think you see the everybody, the sideline and the fans, and obviously the O-line and the quarterback. I think it just it kind of everybody feeds off of that. So that was awesome. We were all really excited to see that, and that was by far the best I think that Vic ran this year, and we're going to need him to continue to do that.
On the tape, did anything jump out to you about how you're able to play turnover free?
On offense, yeah. I think it's just decision making, being secure, and they do a really good job, Washington State, of ripping at the football and being aware of that and covering up once the second guy was in on the tackle, and then Ross making good decisions and putting the ball in places where it was our guy or nobody. So I think it's just decision making and being aware of our ball security.
How much of it also was Ross? It looked like he was sidestepping and sort of sliding around in the pocket more than he has up until that point.
Yeah,
sort
I think
feeling pressure.
That was one of the things that from the week before that we, Coach Tui and Coach Baldwin wanted Ross to improve on, and we all kind of acknowledged that last week, and just staying in the pocket and trusting everything. And he was kind of very calm and confident throughout the game, I thought, and he had some throws that I'm sure he'd like back as well, but he'll get better there. But it was great to see him kind of just operate and play, like I said, just calm and collected in the pocket, and throw it when he